Good evening, everyone.
Evening.
Welcome to our regular meeting of Monday, December 8th. And I call the meeting to order at 6:30.
Yeah.
And John, would you call the roll, please? 5:30, I'm sorry.
Curry,
Here.
Adel,
Here.
Anderson, Avedisian,
Here.
Sano,
Here, use.
Buell,
Here.
I don't need it. Yeah.
Bush,
Here.
Masai,
Here.
DeBella,
Here.
Drake,
Here.
Gale, Gardell,
Here.
Gentile, Healy, Hoffman,
Here.
Hoheb,
Here.
Johnson,
Here.
Chance, Lester,
Here.
Lewis,
Here.
Magnan,
Here.
Van Dyke, Maniscalco, Kane,
Here.
Patel,
See the visual of why you can't.
Salemi,
Here.
Taylor,
Here.
Torini,
Here.
Torres,
Here.
Wolf, Carrier. We have a quorum.
Thank you, John. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag.
United States of America.
To the republic for which it stands, one nation,
Under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and
justice
justice.
for all.
First up is the approval of meeting minutes of November 10th, 2025, and public hearing minutes of November 12th, 2025.
Move adoption.
Any changes, additions, deletions, revisions? Hearing none, all in favor
Aye.
Aye.
and opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. Number 5, public comments relative to agenda items. Is there anyone in the public, in the audience that would like to address the board on agenda items? Report from independent consumer advocate comments and questions relative to agenda items. Liz?
Elizabeth Tavelli, independent consumer advocate. Just a brief comment to the extent it's the appropriate time to reference that I did notice that the city of Portland reached an agreement in selecting option 1. That's wonderful. That's been resolved. There were comments at a previous meeting regarding payment for safe yield to the extent that MDC considers selling water to additional municipalities. I do think it's in the customer's best interest that we carefully consider and the commissioners take into account that towns be asked to pay appropriate amounts for the safe yields that they're acquiring with their contracts. And so since that contract is on the agenda for tonight, I'll reference that now, and perhaps it'll come up again at a later meeting and more offer more comments at that time. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Report from district chairman. Before we move further in the agenda, please note that item 14 on the agenda is being removed as negotiations are still ongoing. And also to remind everyone that on December 18th is MDC's holiday social, and I'm told there's still a few of us who have not RSVP'd, so I'm sure that we would appreciate if you would let us know whether you are or not going to be able to make it. And that brings me to a happy yet sad note in that we're going to be honoring Commissioner Hoffman tonight. Sad because he's leaving, but happy because he's been a workforce for the MDC. Al, would you mind coming forward? And we've got 3 gifts for him tonight. And the first is a proclamation, and I'm going to read it. It says, whereas Alan Hoffman was a long-serving commissioner of the Metropolitan District Commission for 28 years, from 1997 through 2025. And whereas Commissioner Hoffman served on the Metropolitan District Bureau of Public Works from 1997 to 2025. serving as vice chair from 2018 to 2024, and chairman from 2024 to 2025. Board of Finance from 2006 to 2025, serving as vice chair from 2018 to 2025. Committee on MDC Government from 2009 to 2025, serving as chairman from 2018 to 2024 for the entire Metropolitan District. Now, therefore, in grateful recognition of his years of commitment to public service, on behalf of the members of the District Board, we express our sincere appreciation for Commissioner Hoffman's many years of faithful and devoted service to the Metropolitan District Commission and its constituents.
Thank you, sir. Right.
I've only been here for a little more than 12 years, almost 13, so I've known now for 13 years, and proclamation says it all. He's a person, an individual that's demonstrated patience, and he listens before he speaks, and when he does speak, we should listen. So we have a few more gifts for Al, and I don't know if everybody's been around in the room to see it, but we have a nice chair for Al. Al has opted for the regular chair, not the high chair or the rocking chair. Not old enough for the rocker. And we have one new gift that I thought it would be appropriate with a commissioner who's retiring after 28 years of service. And we're all going to get one of these. This is a lapel pin with the logo of the MDC, and underneath it, it says Commissioner. So I'm glad that we could do this before you left the fold.
Good.
So
Thank you.
congratulations to you.
Congratulations.
Sit right down, make yourself at home.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I would say only that I was warned before I got here that you're going to have to read a lot of stuff. It's a lot of reading. And I said, fine, that's not the worst part. And then they said, well, then there are the people who are on there. They're all fine. I can tell you, I've gone through a lot of commissioners that in my 26 or 8 years, whatever that number was. And, you know, everybody knows what this is about. Everybody knows that we're all supposed to contribute as a team, and we do. And that's the best part. And everybody who I've come in contact with has always been very respectful, especially the staff. The staff in the MDC is absolutely great. If you don't have any dealings with them, or if you've not yet had many dealings, the more you have, the more respect you're going to have for the staff and for the effort they put in. These are people who are absolutely in love with their job. They really are, and in love with the institution, as I am. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the opportunity for having been in this position, and I'll leave with that. And there's no second act. That's it. Thank you. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
If you want to leave
Thank
this
you,
stuff here.
Yeah, I'll do that. Just a minute.
No, is she here?
Yeah.
she here?
Yeah, she was
Okay.
See what it's.
It's gonna be the last thing.
I will.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you, Chief.
One more request. I understand that Mark's here.
Oh,
Would
yes,
you like to ask her to stand up because you couldn't do this job? without her?
you are correct. And if I don't, I'm gonna be in big
You're
trouble.
absolutely right.
So, yes, our chairman just said, you better acknowledge that your boss is here. She's over there in the corner. Lynn, my wife of 51 years. She's right. You couldn't have done it unless she said you can do it.
Thank you for
We know how
loaning
that goes.
Al to us for all those
Thank you.
years. Okay, move on now to number 8, report from the Chief Executive Officer.
Great, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just have a few items, a few presentations from staff. So the first one is going to be from our Affirmative Action Officer, Rita Kelly. As part of the climate survey, we had a number of employees come directly to me and come directly to Rita. And one of their concerns was that they feel they don't have the ability to move forward in their job. They've applied for positions and they just don't feel like they either have the skill set to get ahead into a different promotional opportunity. So Rita and I spoke and we said, you know, there's a great opportunity. Company Headco, which we've used back in 2008 to help train the union labor force. Let's utilize possibly someone like that could actually help our staff become more confident in their abilities, whether it's administratively or whether it's writing resumes or interview processes, to help them feel like we're giving them an opportunity to be successful. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Rita. And Rita, you can just talk about the program.
Right. Good evening. I'm Rita Kelly, the Affirmative Action EEO Officer for the MDC. And I know in the past I've talked about career mobility as an important concept in terms of an affirmative action program and a diversity program. And I've also talked about how exciting it is that the HR department and other areas of MDC are developing career ladders, positions that allow people to move from one group to another and provide opportunity for individuals who do seek promotion. Some of the positions that are considered career ladders would be the professional level associates, it would be the human resources assistant. So those kinds of positions have been very important in terms of providing growth for our employees. And I want to talk about more specifically about what Scott just referenced, which is our new program that we have with Headco. Now, access to professional development resources is important for employees who want to grow in their career and also want to develop and want to go forward and successfully compete for promotional opportunities. To build on available resources for employees, the HR department, as well as EEO, is now working with Headco to implement a Mastering the Internal Interview training program. And what this program is all about is about preparing employees in terms of improving their interviewing skills. It is targeted to employees who've applied for promotion and perhaps have applied for several promotions and that have not been successfully selected and would like to get more career guidance and more assistance in terms of how they can strengthen their interviewing skills. And it's also for employees who are just seeking promotion, maybe for the first time, and they really haven't applied for a job in a long time and they don't really know, they have not recently interviewed, so their interviewing skills might be rusty. So this would be an important opportunity for them as well. The contract with Headco is for a year. We consider it a pilot program. During the course of this year, 15 people hopefully will go through it. The very exciting thing about this program is it's different maybe than other programs because it's very individualized. It is a one-on-one program. People are not taught in a group. They're taught individually, so their individual career needs can be addressed. And it provides for individualized instruction from trainers. The goal of the training is to equip employees with the tools, techniques to support professional growth, of course, enhance interview skills, and increase confidence for better performance. You know, we all know that when you're interviewing, people are nervous. And what we find with a lot of our employees, you know, they're very competent and they have a lot of skills and abilities, but when you're sitting in that interview room and you're being asked questions by, you know, several people, sometimes you become nervous and it decreases your ability to successfully answer questions and to successfully talk about what your skills and abilities are and how you're a good match for the job. So we really want our employees who go through this program this program will allow them to build the kind of confidence they need to successfully interview. Now, another interesting thing about the program too is HEDGO does a phenomenal job. They will be doing follow-up support to participants. So the participants will initially go through a half-day workshop, a one-on-one workshop, half-day. Then after the workshop is over, there will be follow-up, which is very important. The follow-up will include one-on-one mock interviews, resume feedback clinics, and a 60-day check-in to assess outcomes and provide ongoing support. So as you can see, this is a very comprehensive program. And I believe will be an excellent opportunity for our employees and really, you know, provide a support and service that we haven't had previously. Thank you. Any questions? Mm-hmm.
Mr. Torres.
Yes, how much weight is actually given to the interview itself in evaluating the performance of the employee over the years that they've been doing their job? As I'm concerned about, you know, what the connection is in terms of the ability to present a good argument versus presenting a good experiential, time on the job.
Mm-hmm. Now, I wish Jamie Harlow, the HR director, was here. But what I will say is that interview is only a piece of it. You have a resume, and also when people are interviewed, especially when it relates to internal promotion, it's important that people on interview selection panels look at the whole person. You know, sometimes, obviously, as I previously said, people might be excellent employees and might not present themselves well in the interview situation, but you know that they're good performers, that they have skills and abilities, which maybe because of nervousness, they might not be able to articulate. So I think in an interview selection process, very competent people who interview and select and are on those panels know how to kind of weigh and measure the importance of the interview. But the interview is a piece of it, and I think it's an important piece of it, but not so important that if a person doesn't do a perfect interview, they might not get the job, because there's other aspects of it too. Obviously, we are a union environment. And so for some positions, there would be some consideration for the union contract. And for other positions, a person, you know, so it isn't solely based on an interview, but it's important that when people do apply for jobs, that they can competently interview, because it's in terms of competition, I think it's really a positive for them. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you, Scott, I just want to commend you and your staff. This is an outstanding program, which is going to help the employees and in turn help the organization. So I commend you, and I'll be looking forward to hearing a follow-up on how things work out a year from now. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, Rita. Okay, and then to follow up with that, so as everyone remembers, we made a huge commitment in North Hartford in July of 2023, and we self-imposed, and we just talked about this with Rita and our affirmative action plan with CHRO. We self-imposed a requirement for our contractors to hire 30% Hartford residents in all North Hartford projects as the pilot. Nobody else does that. Even the city of Hartford doesn't do that. So this is Fed money. We need a special permission from DEEP, from EPA. They agreed to it. It's all part of our consent order, but it's a self-imposed 30%. The challenge that we have had is we're utilizing to start digging in July of 23. We need to utilize our existing on-call contractors, and we needed to get them and rewrite their contracts so that they have a requirement, good faith effort, to get 30% Hartford-based residents. That has been we've been doing a great job. Kelly Shane's group and procurement and Jeff King and Chris Levesque and Susan, everybody's doing a great job, and we're actually meeting that. But the problem is, how do you sustain that? So the challenge is, the easiest way for us to, instead of trying to get some contractor from Bloomfield or West Hartford or wherever to hire Hartford residents, what we decided to do was let's take and utilize HEDCO with their experience, and let's educate our existing contractors that are actually live in Hartford or actually minority contractors, whether they're subcontractors, and let's get them to expand their capacity and let them hire people from within their own community. So with that, we have a video. Jeff is going to introduce the video. Jeff King is our construction manager. He deals with the Trade program in conjunction with Jamie Harlow in HR. And Jeff has been influential in building this program out in the field. We're trying to build capacity with kids within the community, within the technical high schools, and across the district to feed the contractors quality labor. So Jeff, you're on.
Sure. Thanks, Scott. I'll let the video speak for itself. I'm sure a lot of people have seen it. And I'll discuss a couple things after we watch this quick video.
Hi, my name is Jeff King. And today we had an award ceremony for our great partnership with HEDCO, and scaling our minority contractors businesses to do work in North Hartford. We're able to showcase the result of this program with HEDCO. The contractors got to work on HR. They have to work on their marketing. They did have a web page. They got out there and were on all the proper platforms to promote their businesses and their services. This was all surrounded on what do these businesses need from a patient standpoint so they can grow and become the MDC, specifically in North Hartford, where we are getting grant money from EXPENDITURES for employing these minority contractors.
Working with the small businesses from day one. We sat down, we did the business assessment, we understood what their needs were, and we customized an approach for each one.
So the long-term impact of this program, it creates jobs, because by supporting me, it's like an equal support. So because of the demographic of people. This program alone, just mastering and certified payroll part of it, we were able to increase sales by $250,000. Up the business with MDC, and it kind of like shaped us on how you guys do business. And we love that. Opening up a whole new world that we didn't understand before, that we started to understand now.
The most valuable part of the program is the educators, the people that took the time out of their day to actually educate us, and then the network that we gained talking to those people. Why I believe this program was successful is because the people that were taking part and giving us our educational courses throughout this program really were passionate about delivering the message. The people, those relationships, those meaningful relationships that we created will be able to keep us afloat for the future.
We are excited to be in this partnership. We know that there's a lot of need in terms of contractors, and to be able to be a part of a cohort of young, viable businesses who are looking to start or even to grow their business is awesome, to bring them the resources that they need to help them to understand that they're not alone, that they do have a partner, not only a partner with HEDCO, but a real partner with MDC. The fact that they took the time to want to put this together to make sure that their businesses that they were working with could be successful speaks volumes to who and the ability for these businesses to be able to flourish. this couldn't have been a better partnership, and I'm looking forward to next year and beyond.
This program with HEDCO, I would say, is transformation. Really go from being in their infant stage, you know, maybe crawling or walking to now running, and really
So, yeah, I mean, you know, what Scott said was true. Is how can we empower our contractors who already submitted their request for proposals to hire more people, scale their businesses, and deal with the workload that we have at the MDC. So it was a lot of fun helping all of these minority contractors. As you can see, Francis talked about, you know, I hire a certain demographic. So by you guys helping me, I'm able to help people from the community, right? So that's a really grassroots process. And so the overall objective was, how can we create systems and processes so these contractors can deal with an organization the size of MDC, right? We all have systems and processes. There could be someone out for the day or out for the week, and the machine still runs. So while we're cranking out work, how can they learn how to keep up with that work so they can do a better job for us and continue to, you know, help us hit that goal? So what we did with HEDCO was we decided to do like a baseline and figure out, what do these contractors need across the board, right? Like, what do you use for your payroll? What do you use for your HR? Are you using a system that can do your onboarding the same way when you're hiring someone? How do you recruit people? How do you track people's time? How do you give employee reviews? All of those things are necessary from the start point, right? If you can't do that the same way every single time, how are you going to take on more projects that we're giving you and deal with all the permit pulling, tracking the appointments, getting back into the home, closing out the permits? So we really wanted to figure out what every contractor needed across the board so they could have that proper foundation. Another thing that is super important is, how could these contractors scale, then make sure that their prices are properly, right? If you don't have the proper price on a job, you cannot continue to do work. You're gonna go under in a second. So while we're helping them scale, we wanted to figure out, do you know how to put an estimate together? Do you know how to scale your job costs as projects increase? So it was really all hands on deck. HEDCO has a great bench. We hired all minority contractors, whether it was HR, marketing, estimating. We used some contractors that have worked for the MDC before. Dwight from Bolt from DH Bolt is a consultant that does a lot of work for MDC. He was instrumental in helping us teach contractors how to estimate, whether it's for MDC, whether it's for a federal project, whether it's for a state project, whether it's just a residential retail, right? So we really spent a lot of time figuring out every single aspect that they needed. So I think the feedback you got from the contractors is, you know, what can we do next now that you guys have given us this foundation? How can we do more work for MDC and do more work in general? So, you know, I think HEDCO has a lot to offer and was excited to be a part of this program.
Great. Thank you, Jeff. Great
All right.
job. We appreciate that.
Appreciate the idea. It was a good one.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, yeah, that was great. Two more things. So we're going to have a report from the Diversity Committee Food Drive, and Retina Smith is going to introduce it. She's been a longtime MDC employee and also very involved in Diversity Committee, and just recently promoted to administrative assistant working for the communications department.
Good afternoon, everyone. A significant part of the Multicultural Diversity Committee's mission is to celebrate and promote diversity, which fosters an environment that embraces individuality and creates a stronger, more vibrant, successful organization that benefits everyone, excuse me. And this time, we decided to do an initiative that actually benefits not just inside of the district, but outside of the walls of the Metropolitan District. Today I have joining me is a committee member, Jessica Coelho, who's very well known here at the district. I'm gonna step aside and allow her to give you some information of what happened. It was a remarkable thing that happened a month ago that we decided to do for our community that we serve. Jessica.
Thank you, Tina. And thank you, everybody, for letting us steal a few minutes of your time today. We'll be brief, but we thought it was really worthwhile to share how successful we were with this and just give you some of the highlights of that because the staff really did come together for this. So first, just a little statistic for you. According to the estimates cited by the Connecticut Food Share, 1 in 7 Connecticut residents are struggling with food insecurity, and that's including 1 in 6 children. So knowing these sad and staggering statistics, the Multicultural Diversity Committee decided to come together and do our own version of positive impact on the community. And we actually decided to fight hunger together and with the food drive together, but for the whole district. In the past, we've picked certain communities to share food with when we've done our drive, but this year we really came together and we collected a lot. So I'm going to show you some photos and go through a couple things here. We're going to see if this will, next slide for me, Victoria, please. The clicker's not working. So you can see in these photos here, we had several staff come together for us. There was so much food collected. So we actually had a very fun little idea. We made it a little competitive this time. So we told all the departments, let's see who can do the best. And that really worked. So we had some very good departments that really blew some other departments out of the water. But what was important is that all of the staff really came together. You can see just the pictures don't even really do it justice. Cans, boxes and boxes of cans, stuffing, bags of rice, sauce, pasta, just like pallets of food were coming in. So much cereal, so much food was coming in that we were able to give to all of the district towns and a very good amount to all of the district towns. We were able to really spread it out. Next slide, please. So you can see just piles of rice. So not only did the staff really come together to get all of these donations, over 3,000 food items. Some departments didn't even want to, actually add up what they did. They were just happy to donate, but we did count a good amount of it, and it was a lot. Over 3,000 food items was distributed throughout the district. Towns have been sending us letters, how appreciative they were when we dropped off food to places. They were just so overwhelmingly appreciative of how much we were able to put together. We also were able to give back to our staff a little bit. So the big hitters, the ones that really came through, we shared a little pizza party with them just to show our appreciation for really coming together. But also the day of, when we were collecting all of the food, which we collected, as Tina said, for about a month before leading up to Thanksgiving. We really needed help that actual day of getting all the food in one location and distributing it out. We didn't want to give, everyone one town cans and one town stuffing. So we had to sift through everything, really spread it out and try and evenly distribute it. And so we needed a lot of manpower that day. So some of these photos are everybody really coming together to do the heavy lifting that day of, and even taking some time to go to some towns and drop off for those who couldn't come pick up. So Retina actually made this very nice video to kind of capture that day. So if you could try and hit play there for us. Thank you. Thank you.
And I would, and Jess mentioned it, and Retina, but Retina received numerous letters from our towns thanking all of our staff and Retina for all the hard work that they did. So great job to Retina and the staff. We really appreciate it. Okay, so the last item I have is it was on the agenda, but I'm just gonna summarize the Portland to date. I sent out an email which identified a proposal that Portland sent to me via text, and then I forwarded the text and I forwarded an email from Mike Pelton. So you have their latest proposal. We did just meet with them at 2:30, We made a commitment to each other. We would meet hopefully Thursday or Friday. We're trying to schedule that now. So I don't have any more to report, just that we are ongoing conversations with them. And we will get back to the Water Bureau and the full board as soon as we have something proposed. We are planning to submit a counter proposal to them with our committee in the next couple of days. So we'll talk further once we have some more conversation with Town of Portland. And that's it.
Questions, anyone? Okay, now move on to number 9, report from District Council.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just one comment on Scott's update on Portland. Obviously, whatever, or if we should come to a tentative agreement with Portland, it will then go to the Water Bureau and then on to the full board. So you'll have your say, as you should have, as to where we go with them. But we're close, and hopefully by the end of the week, we'll be able to present something to you informally, and then obviously it'll be at the January 2026 board meeting. As you know, the contract runs out on January 26, 2026. So we don't have a lot of time, but we're moving in the right direction. I don't have a formal report. I want to just take some note of moment of personal privilege and congratulate Alan Hoffman on his years of service. And he will be sorely missed by all of you, I'm sure, and certainly by the people in my office and staff generally. I had a much longer presentation on my report, but I'm so exhausted by listening to all that you've done over the past several years, Alan, and how impressive your resume is. I'm going to sit back and rejoice and thank you for all that you've done and commend you for your undying support and volunteerism on behalf of the MDC, because all you commissioners, you don't get paid, but if there's someone to look to for guidance or for inspiration on what makes a good and a great MDC commissioner, look to Alan Hoffman and the example that he set. So thank you, Alan, for all that you did. And if anyone has any questions on the legal side, I'd be more than happy to answer. But with that, everyone have a nice holiday season, and we hope to see all of you on the 18th. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any questions? Seeing none, and now we'll move on to number 10 on the agenda, which brings us to Vice Chair Hoffman. And unfortunately, Al, we have to take these individually. So the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Finance Committee, of course, did their due diligence in meeting with the finance staff, which I will say once again, excellent, excellent staff and good rapport and very thoughtful and careful about the information that they shared with the committee. I don't think anyone left the committee at the end of the process looking for another answer, because it was very thorough, very well done. And also, I will take a moment just to thank our chairman, Commissioner Salemi, who is unable to be with us tonight. Otherwise, he would be doing all this as well. He's been our chairman for so many years that he mentioned. He's been very diligent in his attempts to get to the bottom of any little problem that he or anybody on the committee foresaw. So we should acknowledge his leadership as well as chairman of finance. We have in front of us 8, I guess it is, individual votes that we need to take. I believe they're all by voice vote, unless we have to do an acknowledgement of each seat. I think it's all by voice. But anyway, we're on item number 10A, and that is the operating budget transfer. Jonathan, do you want to say anything before any of these pieces that we?
Vice Chair Hoffman, would you make a motion, please, for
Oh, I'm
discussion?
sorry. You're, my fault. So I would propose a motion to accept the consideration of the potential action of these budget items A through H.
No, we have to deal with them one at a time. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, A. Second. Very good. Item A, 10A. Here we go.
We have a motion on 10A. Are there any
That's
questions?
it.
Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carries.
And item 10B. If I can go on. Item 10B, computer hardware. This was a question that came up, by the way, for commissioners, because there was some little bump in the road with the use of the commissioners' computers. So it was the case that these were proposed to be a new or different edition of the computers. So that's all that was. 10B. Move that, please.
Second.
Okay.
You.
Any questions?
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman.
Mr.
Thank you.
Payne?
Through you, could we have staff fill us in on some of the details and have commissioners been polled to see how many are going to actually use this?
I can tell you, I asked that question, and because I was told and informed that it can be funded within the budget without necessary changes, that the poll was not going to take place. There's going to be very few people that are going to want off the iPad and go to the laptop, especially with the considerations of a lot of requirements. And if you don't do something, you lose it, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we're not foreseeing a large number.
Thank you very much for, appreciate it.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Commissioner Johnson, my question is, I use my own personal computer, and can I continue to use that as long as it meets the requirements for, their security?
I don't know the answer to that question.
If, as long as you use your MDC.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as you're using MDC.
On utilizing your own computer for accessing any of the web services or the generally
Yeah, I
accessible
have been in the
services
past.
for the district.
Thank you.
Any other questions? We're good up.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So I read things about commissioners not have the ability to use GIS and things like that with, I'm looking at the iPad right now. I've been here for 8.5 years and I've never had to use GIS. Why would commissioners need to use GIS? And if so, why wasn't I told about it? And I find that the iPad does everything it needs to do. It's very reliable and I get all the stuff I need.
Anybody want to take that one?
I don't have an answer for you. Good point. I don't know the reason why commissioners would need GIS, but I don't know.
If I can follow up on that. That was one of the reasons that this was asked for, was to use GIS. So why would a commissioner need to use GIS?
I don't know. I will tell you, Commissioner, that I use GIS all the time, not for MDC, but for other purposes. And I don't know why a commissioner or commissioners would want it for GIS, but the fact is that every one of our towns, our bodies, all of our Board of Eds, I believe, our town councils, they all have laptops. And we as commissioners, if we have a commissioner or commissioners that want laptops, I personally don't see a problem with it. I mean, we put in a lot of hours and a lot of time. And the only satisfaction we receive is helping others. So for the 1 or 2 or 3 people that are going to want a laptop, I don't see a problem with it, but I don't know an answer. I don't have the answer to your question on why they would want it for GIS.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, not all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed.
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 I can just clarify, Commissioners Payne, Avedisian, Gardeau were no, and Johnson? Okay, thank you.
Motion carries. Vice Chair Hoffman?
Very good. 10C. 10C is the capital improvement budget funding. Make a motion to move that.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. 10D, budget expenditures. Motion to move the item.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you. Item 10E, budget revenues. Make a motion to move that item.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carries.
Item 10F, hydroelectric expenditures and revenues. Motion to move the item forward for approval.
Second.
Discussion?
Just one question.
Yep.
Is this the last time we're gonna see this on the budget? As far as for the hydroelectric, or because it's gone and we're gonna no longer be?
I mean, Mr. Chair, through you. So as we presented at the Water Bureau, that our FERC license is through till 2028. So we're working out the details. We have more to present over the next year or so, but we will be going through into that, whatever we're required to comply with the contract with FERC. And it will most likely be in through till 2028. So we're working on that presentation for Water Bureau as we speak.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carries.
And item 10G, a motion to move that item, proposed taxes for the towns, for the member towns on the 2026 budget. Move the item, please.
Is there a second?
Yes.
Discussion?
Yeah, Lauren,
All in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carries.
And finally, 10H, the proposed threshold for any proposed referendum going forward. Move the item.
right?
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Vice Chair Hoffman.
Thank you.
The good news is 11, 12, and 13, we can take as each one as a group. So I recognize Chairman Adel from the Water Bureau.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. At the meeting of November 17th, both parts A and B were approved unanimously by the Water Bureau. I'll make a motion to approve tonight.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carries. Number 12, Committee on MDC Government. Chair recognizes Vice Chair Bureau from, he's online somewhere.
Yes, I am, Chairman. I move to accept numbers A, water supply ordinances, B, sewer ordinances, and C rather, general ordinances.
Second.
Second that. And Commissioner Buell, would you like to address the action by the committee?
Yeah, the committee passed all three unanimously.
Thank you, sir. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carries. And we're back to Alan Hoffman, who's Chair of Bureau of Public Works.
Very good. Thank you, Chairman. We have three items here. Two of them, I think we can just take together. They were from a meeting back in November. Both of these items passed in the committee unanimously. And then also item number C, letter C, was a meeting held back in June of this year. And this had to do with some ordinances that we were dealing with. So however you want to take that, Mr.
You
Chairman.
can take all three at the same time.
Take all three at the same time. Okay. Move items. Excuse me. Item 13, A, B, and C.
Second.
Thank you.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carried. Brings us down to 15, opportunity for general public comments. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to address the board? Before we move to commissioner requests for consideration of future agenda items, I would just like to say thank you to all the chairs, vice chairs, and committee members that have met so many times throughout this year, and especially over the last several months in developing a budget based on the proposed budget by the CEO and his administrative team. I think you've done great work. I think the budget is sound, it's real, and the towns are the beneficiaries of it in terms of no increases in ad valorem or water. So I think, once again, everyone should be pleased with the work, and certainly those that you represent should be pleased with your work. So that brings us to commissioner requests for consideration of future agenda items. Seeing none, hearing none. I wish you all a very, very happy holiday and a safe one. And with that, we've concluded the agenda, so this meeting is adjourned.
Okay. Happy holidays.